In the modern age of online shopping, you don't need to be a filthy rich billionaire to spend money on the stupidest thing imaginable. Things like a $16,000 fidget spinner, a $95,000 hippopotamus sofa, or even a $1 million golden toilet might sound crazy, but it never stopped people from going all out on these items. We know it might sound insane, but what if we told you that Prada once sold a $138 paperclip that sold out in seconds? The craziest thing about this paperclip was that the only difference between it and any regular paperclip was a tiny Prada logo on the end. It wasn't even made from special metals like gold or silver, which meant you could walk into any paper store and leave with over 10,000 identical paperclips. If you have some cash burning a hole in your pocket, you might consider heading over to the Prada site to snag a few. But don't be surprised when all you get is the standard paperclip. That still didn't stop people from buying the paperclip, so you shouldn't be surprised that someone willing to pay $138 for a paperclip would have a problem buying a Gucci swimsuit you can't even use underwater. I know you're shocked by the lengths people will go to fulfill their craziest desires, so you might want to subscribe to the channel because it only gets worse from here. The geniuses at Gucci hatched a plan to sell a $390 swimsuit with fabric that gets destroyed whenever it comes in contact with water. That's like buying a boat you can't even use at sea. And even though that sounds like a waste of money, it's nothing compared to the time someone thought it was a great idea to make a $15,000 boxing glove. Best believe you won't ever go training in these boxing gloves from Louis Vuitton because they are too expensive to risk. Apart from the stupidly expensive gloves, Louis Vuitton also provides a mat, dust bag, and a case, so you won't ever have to worry about storing your overpriced gym equipment. Anyone dumb enough to buy these hideous boxing gloves would probably never use them, just like the $50,000 fridge from Dolce & Gabbana. You don't have to worry about this fridge becoming popular, because apart from the steep price, it's the ugliest fridge you've ever seen in your life. They even went as far as making an $850 toaster to go with the fridge, to trick wealthy women into buying the D&G. But it didn't really work out as expected. The only reason you might want to buy something like this is to show that you love making bad decisions. And when it comes to bad decisions, nothing sounds worse than a $15,000 gold dildo. We know how that sounds, but when you learn that it was recommended by movie star Gwyneth Paltrow, you'll begin to understand that people love celebrities a little too much. Gwyneth told her girlfriends that buying a $15,000 dildo was a good way to spice things up in the bedroom, and it actually blew our minds that people believed her. A 24-karat gold dildo might be the worst gift you could ever give someone, but it's nothing compared to how much someone spent on this next item. Most people can't imagine paying someone to craft medieval armor in 2024, but a nut job out there decided his pet guinea pig needed extra protection, so he had the piece made and it looks amazing. Forgetting how bonkers it is for a minute, you can't say that the little guy doesn't look sick in his miniature medieval armor. Some of us might actually consider getting something similar for our dogs if it wasn't so expensive, which is where the $3.2 million dog collar comes in, because the only thing more confusing than a $24,000 guinea pig armor is a dog collar made from literal diamonds. We have an LA fashion house to blame for this $1 million dog collar, and they made it using 52-karat diamonds, so you don't have to worry about getting the best buck for your bang. Once your beloved pet crosses that threshold into owning a $1 million collar, they can't live like normal pets anymore. To satisfy their new expensive cravings, you might need to go for things like the $95,000 luxury dog mansion, which looks nicer than most apartments. Your pet also won't have to worry about being bored in their fancy home, because it comes with amenities like a play area filled with toys and soft dog beds for a good night's rest. A home like this isn't complete with a tub for bath time, so you might as well add the $12,000 diamond crystal bathtub to the package. Made from thousands of pink diamonds, your dog can finally live out its dream of living like a billionaire. While some people don't mind spending a small fortune on pets, others would rather spend it on themselves, which is why a man from India named Datta Fugi had a team of online goldsmiths make him a shirt made out of solid gold. We can only imagine what was going through the goldsmiths' minds as they melted down chunks of metals to make a 22-carat attire that weighs over 7 pounds. It took the goldsmiths over 16 hours to turn chunks of gold into a heavy piece of clothing, and it only cost Datta $235,000. They even threw in a few rings and cufflinks for free to make Datta look more stylish, but I doubt that's going to change anything. Since Datta Fugi had the balls to go around wearing a massive gold shirt, he would definitely love the $1 million toenail clipper made for Prince George for his birthday. Being third in line to the throne of England gets you amazing gifts, but anyone can get this overpriced nail clipper as long as they are willing to take out a mortgage on their house. Once you've got the stupidly expensive toenail clipper and shirts made out of gold, adding a $95,000 hippo sofa to your shopping list doesn't sound so bad. At least that's what was going through the mind of the madman who decided a sitting room chair in a hippo mold was all he needed in life. Speaking of things you need, everyone needs a good drink every once in a while, which is why a company made a tea bag with 280 diamonds, and it makes perfect sense. If you've ever wanted to know how it feels to be the King of England, the diamond-studded tea bag is for you. It should give you a literal taste of the finer things in life, and it will only set you back $10,000. That might sound freaking expensive for a tool that only brews a few cups of tea, but it's nothing compared to the next item. If you ever come across someone using the Aurora Diamante pen, then you know they are loaded, because this fancy-looking pen costs a whopping $1.3 million. You can find really expensive fountain pens online, but the Diamante takes it to a whole new level with the 30-carat diamonds covering its platinum barrel. You won't have to worry about running short of ink anytime soon, since the pen comes with a complimentary refill. For $1.3 million, you could get a mountain of fountain pens, but none of them would ever be as fun to use as the Aurora Diamante. And if it's fun you're after, you might want to check out this sick chess piece from Piero Benozzi, who makes some of the most unique figurines you've ever seen. We are talking about strange-looking chess pieces that look like they might come alive at any moment, and he makes them using precious metals like gold and silver. This is why his Charlemagne set costs an insane $96,000. For that amount, you only get the chess pieces, and if you want the playing board or the case, you'll need to pay extra. That's like buying a car and the dealership tells you to pay extra if you need tires or wheels. This kind of feels like a ripoff if you ask us, but we know that anyone willing to buy this crazy expensive chess piece won't mind, probably because they are busy checking out this $16,000 fidget spinner. Of all the things you'd ever need in your life, we never thought we would ever say a $16,000 fidget spinner made any sense. But we have crazy people out there looking to drop cold cash on a children's toy, so why not? Trying to get someone like that to see reason would probably get you in trouble, because for the price of $377,000, they can get some ammunition with golden shotgun shells. It might sound unbelievable that anyone is stupid enough to go around with gold bullets, but each shotgun shell is filled with 1 ounce of gold. And when you have 20 shells in the case, you're looking at a lot of money going down the drain for one hunting trip. Speaking of down the drain, it's no secret that Kanye West bought gold toilets for his home with Kim Kardashian, and there is nothing stopping you from buying and installing a few in your home. Even though it can cost as much as $1 million, you still need to clean it like any old toilet, and don't get us started on what happens when it breaks. You're going to have several weird-ass conversations to try to convince any plumber to work on it. Once you get as crazy as Kanye with golden toilets, the reason is thrown out the window, and this is the only explanation for choosing to buy this next item. Unlike the other stupidly expensive things in this video, this item is a living, breathing thing, and its existence is due to the work of mad scientists in the lab. They made it possible to own a designer cat named the Ashera, and it will set you back upwards of $130,000. If you're wondering why pay over $100 grand for a cat, it's due to the fact that it's a designer cat made by breeding a domestic cat with an African serval and an Asian leopard cat. We know how crazy some cat ladies can be, so we aren't that shocked to see that they are willing to play God just to get their hands on the perfect cat.